The influence of Facebook in elections has become a huge topic. The world is still debating to what extent it was responsible for President Trump's victory back in 2016. As the 2020 US elections approach, the discussion over the influence of social networks is once again on the agenda. Joe Biden, the nominee for the Democrats, has been warning that not enough has been done to protect the integrity of elections. But while the world has been talking about Facebook and Twitter, another social network has been on the rise: TikTok. Just a few years old, it's already been downloaded more than 2 billion times. Its alluring mix of funny videos and the latest dance moves have been a particular hit with younger users. But with great power comes great responsibility. TikTok's huge user base could mean that it has a huge influence. And as James Clayton has been finding out, it is now being used as a political platform. And just like Facebook and Twitter before it, a dark side is emerging.
TikTok is a platform where you have fun and be creative. Its whole philosophy is based around music, lip syncing, and of course, dancing.
It's not supposed to be a political platform. It was not supposed to be any platform other than music. I mean, that's how it started.
TikTok banned political ads last year, but its content is increasingly political, blurring the lines between comedy, entertainment, and politics. TikTok users laid claim to sabotaging Donald Trump's Tulsa rally, reserving seats in droves that they'd never use. Now people have started sitting up and taking notice of the platform's political power.
The big question now is just how influential can these videos be? And are they the future of political advertising?
We will win our freedom.
TikTok users are young. Around 2/3 are under the age of 30.
Hey yo, let me switch it up for y'all real quick.
Topher is 29. By TikTok standards, that's ancient.
It's like, they tell me all the time, okay, boomer. I'm like, I think you're using that wrong.
Topher is an unusual mix.
Yo, this is to all my Trump supporters.
He's a rapper and conservative commentator.
See, this is what President Trump meant by when the looting starts, the shooting starts.
Until about 6 months ago, he didn't have much of a social media following. Now he's exploded. He's followed by nearly 500,000 users. His videos have generated millions of likes.
I tell people all the time, TikTok has allowed us to reimagine what we think about news. A lot of times it allows us to, some of the features such as green screen video and green screen photo allows us to put up sources as we're talking about current events. And the minute videos is almost like popcorn to just the average day social media person.
TikTok is easy to use and fun, giving users creative tools to make imaginative content. And exactly the same tools have been applied to political videos.
There's a green screen option, so you can be your own presenter pointing to different facts and figures on the screen. The other thing you can do on TikTok is sing along with your mates by duetting with them, by splitting the screen. But that's big on political TikTok too. You can use it to react to other people's political comments, not always in a good way.
Sabrina Hack ran to be Northwest Indiana's Democratic candidate. She didn't have much of a social media following anywhere until she posted this video on TikTok. The video has had more than 300,000 likes. That's the kind of engagement you might expect of a presidential candidate.
What worked for you in terms of getting likes?
Well, it was the music.
You know I'm your type.
TikTok's a perfect venue for people who want to get across their message in very simple terms, because there's not a, it's sort of the 2-second soundbite platform, right? Which is kind of everything that I'm running against, but it also works because it gets people to look into your platform and read it more closely.
Despite this TikTok popularity, Sabrina Haq didn't win, not even close. Evidence perhaps that popularity on TikTok doesn't necessarily translate into votes at the ballot box. But TikTok wasn't designed to be political. Its blend of short videos and young users makes it particularly vulnerable to fake news and extremist material. During the George Floyd protests, a man linking himself to an extremist libertarian militia called the Boogaloo Boys allegedly shot and killed a federal security officer, injuring his colleague. He's been charged with first-degree murder. The movement that he belonged to aims to prepare for an armed struggle against the state. Boogaloo Boys often wear colourful Hawaiian shirts and are almost always heavily armed. TikTok has tried to purge Boogaloo videos by getting rid of the Boogaloo hashtag. But we were able to find many gun videos using a different Boogaloo hashtag to get around the ban.
The thing that's interesting about them is that it is like the Wild West.
The president of Media Matters first spotted a rise in this extremist material a few months ago.
They were getting around it in two meaningful ways. One was that they were their identifier wasn't picking up the guns somehow, and none of TikTok's countermeasures were searching for the right terms for the Boogaloos. So even though it was against their rules, it was just filled with Boogaloo stuff. And so it was pointed out to them and they took it down. So perfect example, Wild West, right? Like no rules. Okay, they put in place a rule, they updated it.
After we showed these videos to TikTok, they took them down. In a statement to the BBC, TikTok said, "Keeping our community safe on TikTok is a top priority. As per our community guidelines, we do not allow content that promotes hateful ideologies, and any content or accounts found to violate these guidelines will be removed." These problems are by no means unique to TikTok. Facebook in particular has been criticised for its response to extremist material. How these companies engage with this issue is hugely important in a US election year.
We have no idea at the moment what kind of impact TikTok could have on elections or any other kind of political event in the coming years. It's such a huge app in terms of user base, but there's no transparency over how it provides information to people at the moment. So we really need some more clarity, both from the app and from people who are using it, on what it might do in terms of political campaigning this year.
With all of the press coverage that TikTok has received, it's easy to forget just how young TikTok actually is, just 3 years old. And we're still, perhaps even TikTok is still, getting to grips with the huge amount of power the platform now wields.